Yeah, I'm 10, 12 years in, I got 4 MVPs and 4 championships. Like, but do I still want to do this shit? You know what I'm saying?
You know how hard it is.
Some people say, I want to go play baseball.
Right?
Yeah. And then I want to come back. Well, some people say, I'm going to go 22 straight.
Coward.
Go ahead.
So you want me to pay you $30 million to play 30 games? Hell no.
Right.
No. 80 games is fine, because I did it, Jerry West did it, Kareem did it, Magic did it, Bird did it, Bernard King, like all the great legends.
NBA players spend only a few hours a day actually on the court, 2.5 to 3 hours at most. Yet they are paid to treat basketball as a full-time profession. The real work, as Shaquille O'Neal pointed out, is what happens during the remaining 21 hours: recovery, preparation, discipline, and commitment to being ready for the next game. That perspective framed a blunt message Shaq delivered recently, one that cut straight to the heart of today's NBA culture. When asked about load management, he didn't soften his stance or dress it up for public consumption. He flatly rejected the idea of paying stars tens of millions of dollars to play only a fraction of the season, saying he would never agree to paying someone $30 million to appear in 30 games. His words carried the frustration of an older generation that believes modern players are benefiting from a system built on sacrifices they no longer respect. Shaq reinforced his point by invoking legends like Jerry West, who played through injuries that would sideline players today. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar enduring full seasons with primitive training and medical support. And Magic Johnson and Larry Bird competing relentlessly while earning salaries that pale in comparison to what modern bench players make. The contrast became even sharper given the timing, as Shaq's call for accountability.
Play a long time in this league, you better quit mopping up the floor. And I thought, well, he's crazy, because that's what basketball is all about.
Bird takes it away from Wilkins, goes to the floor and gets it up ahead.
We come to practice, he's on one leg. Like he was hurt the second year, he was on one leg the whole year and played 82 games. Like, and so he practiced every day and he played every game on one leg. And so you're like, man, MJ, why don't you just sit up? How can I be the leader of the team and sit out and y'all going through all the credit? I gotta be there.
I twist my ankle, and I had a teammate, David Greenwood. He says, you twist your ankle, young fella, come over and sit with me. This is, you need to. I said, no, man, I'm trying to make a name for myself. There's no way I can sit. I need to get out there and show what I'm capable of. I want to play. I want to win. I want to make an impact.
It might not be in the team's best interest, in your best interest, to play all 82. Is that something you thought about at all since you made the goal?
That's a goal, but we'll see.
The next day,
I'm available to go and be in the pro. If OBJ shows up, he might score 100.
Those Warriors were the ones who turned the NBA into a global powerhouse, building the revenue system that now allows modern players to earn more in a single season than legends once made over their entire careers. When Shaq was asked whether today's schedule includes too many games, his response was immediate and blunt: nope. In other words, stop complaining about earning generational wealth to play basketball a few nights a week. Players from the old era endured real physical punishment, outdated medical care, long cross-country flights, cramped seats, and salaries that wouldn't even cover what some current players spend on a monthly car payment. Yet they didn't complain, didn't look for excuses, and never acted as if simply showing up to work was some heroic achievement. Where you can direct a voice, create realistic dialogue, and so much more. Edit these placeholders to get started.
Me crazy. You're playing basketball for a living, okay? I understand if you're working in a coal mine that you may need a rest day after it.
But the modern NBA wasn't ready for that kind of reality check. Draymond Green fired back almost immediately, defending the culture of healthy players sitting out games. Austin Rivers soon followed with a familiar diversion. When the idea of enforcing a minimum number of games was raised, Rivers dismissed it outright, saying it was ridiculous and arguing that older players competed in every game and are now paying for it physically. And just like that, the standard defense surfaced once again. Today's stars claim that protecting their bodies justifies leaving fans disappointed, fans who save for weeks or even months to afford a single ticket. The implication seems to be that earning $40 to $50 million a year to play basketball somehow requires being treated like a fragile, endangered species that can't risk stepping onto the court.
To play, we saw what happened with the duel, but it's something that probably league wants to. I don't know.
Nikola Jokic pushed the argument even further, essentially admitting that he believes being expected to compete consistently is somehow unfair, where you can direct a voice, create realistic dialogue, and so much more. Edit these placeholders to get started.
But you have to really play hard. Does that hurt you physically?
No, because when I play hard all the time. You know, there's no turn it on here, turn it off here. It's just 110% at all times.
To have a long career, that's the goal, to be in the league for 20 years. I tell you, that's the goal.
You know, it's all about winning championships and winning.
And it's just basketball. At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
He essentially admitted that being required to actually play feels unfair to him, openly suggesting that he would rather not step on the court unless he feels like it. That mindset is exactly what Shaq has been attacking, the growing sense of entitlement taking over the league. Players complain about workload while signing contracts that could bankroll entire countries. The average NBA salary has now passed $10 million, with max deals approaching $60 million per year, yet players still sit out games simply because they are tired from playing a few nights earlier. Meanwhile, regular fans spend hard-earned money on tickets, often waiting months for the chance to attend a game, only to find that the star they came to see is load managing, despite being perfectly healthy. But the story takes a sharp turn just as Shaq is calling out this culture of softness. At that exact moment, LeBron James appeared on the Mind the Game podcast with Kevin Durant and Steve Nash, and the conversation drifted toward Michael Jordan's legacy. Durant spoke about the mental toll of sustaining greatness over a long career, questioning whether someone with multiple MVPs and championships would still want to keep going. He referenced Jordan stepping away to play baseball, subtly contrasting that break with LeBron's uninterrupted career. As Durant spoke, LeBron's reaction said everything. The smirk, the brief laugh, the quiet agreement. The implication was clear: longevity matters more than peak dominance. Then, LeBron delivered the line that exposed the deeper
Why is the triangle offense less utilized in today's game?
To try to run the triangle offense right now, it'd be very challenging, just because how the game is played and also how defense is covering.
10 to shoot. Jake going right to the rack.
He pushed the argument even further by downplaying Michael Jordan's era, implying that Jordan would struggle in today's NBA because the modern game is supposedly more advanced. According to this view, today's players face tougher defenses, more complex offensive systems, and a higher overall level of athleticism. The real turning point came when LeBron questioned why championships dominate basketball discussions, saying he doesn't understand why rings are treated as the ultimate measure of greatness. Coming from the same player who helped form super teams in Miami, recruited stars to Cleveland, and moved to the Lakers when previous situations unraveled, the shift was hard to miss. The motivation behind minimizing championships appears obvious. He knows he will never match Jordan's 6 titles. As a result, the definition of greatness is being reframed, shifting the emphasis away from winning and toward longevity, durability, and cumulative statistics.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't know. I don't know why it's discussed so much in our sport and why it's the all be all of everything.
Like you mentioned a little bit about today's game, because we had Clever on here and he talked about load management. He said, I don't know what the hell that is. Where is it going? And that's number one. And number two, how do we get it back?
Even for me, I love the NBA game, but then I turn on to a game, right? And then the stars are not playing because of load management.
LeBron's and Durant's recent comments have sparked a storm because they reveal a mindset at odds with the competitive culture that defined earlier NBA eras. Larry Bird once shared advice from Artis Gilmore. If you want to last in this league, stop diving for every loose ball. Bird thought it was crazy. Going after every possession was the essence of basketball. He understood something that Durant and LeBron seem to have forgotten. The game was never about preserving yourself for year 20. It was about giving everything every night, sacrificing your body for victory. That mentality explains why Bird only played 13 seasons and Jordan only 13 full seasons. They chased championships, not social media-friendly longevity. LeBron has hinted at a different approach. When asked whether playing all 82 games is realistic, he said it's a goal, but we'll see, signaling a willingness to excuse future absences even when healthy. Jordan, by contrast, treated the job with total seriousness. He trained 3 hours a day, then used the remaining time to prepare relentlessly. Being an NBA player was a privilege, not a burden, and the minimum expectation was availability. He cared deeply about fans, opponents, and even hostile crowds, wanting to silence critics with his performance. Players from the generation after him, like Tracy McGrady, understood that ethos. There was no thought of load managing when legends like Kobe, Iverson, Pierce, or Vince Carter came to town. Durant and LeBron, however, dismissed some of Jordan's sacrifices. Durant's casual baseball comment erased the tragedy that prompted Jordan's first retirement, the murder of his father on July 23, 1993. At 30 years old, fresh off a three-peat, Jordan walked away from the NBA to honor his father's dream of seeing him play baseball. Durant's flippant remark and LeBron's laughter beside him co-sign a disrespect that ignores the grief and commitment behind Jordan's decision. Irony